All right, so I had a bit of an epiphany Wednesday night training deadlifts. I had been a little disappointed in the way my deadlifts have progressed in technique, not so much as weight, the first couple weeks of this training cycle to the point to where I'm breaking down each video uh, to like microseconds in my phone, just sitting there looking at if I'm sitting back, hip position, how far my hands are set apart, every little stupid thing. Most likely I'm overthinking it way more than I need to. But I think it was worth it. This past Wednesday, I had probably what I would call the best deadlift session of my current state, late to mid 40s here. Um, I even having did all the video work like a football player would, breaking down defenses and whatnot, looked at all the video, I still had some questions in my head. So when my training partners showed up, Don, Rob, and Phil, on Wednesday to deadlift, I still was kind of trying to wrap my head around some things and threw some questions at them. They gave me back answers. Wasn't really what I was wanting, but it's what I needed to hear. And to my surprise, had a phenomenal deadlift session. So I was thinking about just making one video. I really wanted to make this was to show the value of training with the same crew for years. I've been extremely lucky in this sense of to have trained with some people here my whole entire lifting career, and some who have been with me as short as 6 years, which seems like a long time, but it's really not when you've been almost competing for 20. I think it's more than 6. But um, it's nice to be able to be going through it, going through a situation, and you sit there and you have these conversations and these texts back and forth, and it doesn't always make sense right away, but you kind of keep moving forward, keep grinding, and then it just comes together. And this past Wednesday, it really, really did. And it's kind of nice because over the next 2 weeks, my training schedule is going to get moved around a little bit. Got a little bit of travel coming up on the weekends. So I'm going to have to kind of mishmash some things together. I'm probably going to do an extended 2 weeks into one type of thing. So this kind of being my last week of this mesocycle, it was really good to end at least the deadlift, which has always been my favorite lift, and it used to be my best lift, to kind of end with a ton of confidence and it moving in the right direction. So coming back probably in about 3 weeks, when I get back on a decent schedule, it will hopefully still be there for me. So I'm going to roll these videos and talk over them, and let me know what you think.
All right, so I watch these videos a ton, like I said, and everything just feels awkward and looks awkward to me. I am struggling with how to set my hook properly. I'm struggling immensely with getting my air at the bottom, where to put my belt high, put it low. And you could see in weeks 2 and week 3, especially at the top of the lift, it just really looks like I'm struggling with uh, everything. I mean, that is just horrendous. I was pretty upset by that. You see me checking my fingers, the classic don't know what to do. Um, you know, so the next week, I think I was a little bit better. Um, I don't think well, no, with that shake, I think my thumb still hurt pretty good. Moving to the last set, 554 here, my hips were too high. So I really wanted to concentrate on here, getting my hips a little bit lower. And here's a set of 3, my heaviest set. no straps, no belt, and everything is just moving. I was able to set my air right and setting my hooks perfectly in my hand without any bar shift. And there's a beautiful rep. All right, so I didn't really give myself time to explain in the video or even when I was talking on the treadmill what I definitely did. Just a few things. The very first thing that I did was I learned how to get my air at the bottom and brace a little bit better, which leads into the second thing is my hip positioning at the start of the push through the floor. I'm dropping my hips down just a couple of inches, not as much as I was in previous weeks, because when I was doing that, I was trying to jerk the bar off the floor, which leads to the third thing that I was able to improve on was pulling the slack out of the bar and then sitting back even more and then just kind of pushing through the floor a little bit. And then it feels like in my hand that the bar is just jumping off of the floor. So those were the first three things that I really am happy that I have figured out. But the one that's going to pay dividends moving forward really is my hook grip. Instead of getting the bar and coming around with my hand around it, and then as soon as I push, the bar would move in my hand. I'm spending the time to just put my thumb on the bar right on the side of it. Then I come around with my thumb and I'm testing to make sure it doesn't move in my hand with a little bit of a pull, which I see a lot of people do. They go in, they give a little bit of a tug on a bar. Once I know I got it right in a perfect position, when I go to sit back and push through the floor and pull on that bar, the bar's not shifting. In the competition in May that I did out in Vegas, the only reason I lost the 650 is because the bar shifted a ton. And once it shifts and then it's in the horrible spot on your thumb, causes a ton of pain and falls right out of your hands. So in this last training session of week 4 of my deadlift, I never put straps on because I was doing that consistently through each set, even during the rep work. The bar never moved. My thumbs now here at Saturday, I don't have any tears or anything on my thumbs. I'm not saying it didn't hurt, but the bar never shifted in my hand at all. And if the bar's not shifting or moving at all, you're going to have a lot easier time holding on to it. Now, all my training partners that train with hook grip have all said this to me over and over again, and it just took week after week after week for me to get it. So hopefully moving forward, I got that figured out with the hook grip, the proper positioning with my hips, getting my air at the bottom after 17 plus years of getting my air at the top. It is very hard to try to relearn how to ride a bike, but I think I kind of did it. So this was a big win for me. I was very happy this day. They kind of spawned me to want to make this video of when you persistently go after something and you spend the time to watch the videos of all your failures and you just kind of figure it out slowly and talk with your team. I train with a great crew, team of guys here, and it's worth its weight in gold. So I just wanted to do this video just about that. I'm not a perfect person of pulling hook or anything like that, but I'm really, really confident moving forward that the 600 deadlift I got in May will be smashed by my next competition by a ton of weight. And we know what they say here at Odd Lifts. Once you verbalize something, you got to pay for it. So I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is on that one. If I miss a weight, it won't be because I lost it through the hooks. So that's it. Hope everyone enjoyed this little quick video. Take care. See ya.